last episode's video, I ask you to go see that. I'll leave a link right there to go see it. It's only a short one. I share a bit, and it would mean a lot if you could go see it, so you could understand a little bit better of just maybe me as a person too, and why we're here is this knife cannot cut through this darn sticker. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go right there. This sticker is indestructible. Anyway, if I didn't say so already, I'm sorry. This is just very, very, unsafe. This deck is under safe locks. How the heck do I open it? Oh, like a pizza box. There we go. Alright, get yourselves nice and comfy and let's check out this deck. My goodness. This one is relatively new. And you know what? There have been some serious videos, so I want to go take a step back and just talk about some pizza. So as we go through this deck, let me know your favorite pizza, and let's hear it below. Oh, pizza, pizza, pizza. Pretty cool back design, very, very lovely box. And this should be a good night of cards. So let's shuffle up our deck and get things going. Alright, so let's talk pizza. What is your favorite pizza? I'm asking myself now. I am a very... well, I guess not. I've gone through quite a pizza evolution to where at first I only wanted meat lovers, to then pepperoni is the best, to then Little Caesars is underrated, to then Little Caesars is garbage, back to Little Caesars is underrated. And my taste in pizza is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this as we get through this first game. One of the best pizzas I have ever eaten came from a place in Monterey, California. I won't name it, but here's what they did. Or here's the situation. I was doing a baseball thing out for a team, and afterwards I was quite hungry, and I wanted some pizza, so I decided, let me try this place out. I was very hungry, and I thought, let me just get a medium pizza, have half of it, and save the rest for later. So I ordered just a standard pepperoni, and in my opinion, to know if a pizza place is good or worth it, have their pepperoni pizza and you'll have a good gauge if you'll like what else they have to offer. So I ordered the pepperoni, and it came out in about 15 minutes, or 10 to 15 minutes, so fairly quick. That is absolutely dreadful. And I thought to myself, okay, let's see what this is. Let's not judge it just on the time it takes to come out. And when I saw this thing, my stomach was like, alright, we're about to eat. So this pizza came out, and it had freaking garlic sprinkled all around the crust. Just a little bit crispy, a little bit raw. And right there, I knew it was going to be pretty good. I took a bite. It was perfectly seasoned. It had some good herbs, good flavor. The cheese wasn't dominant. The cheese was actually a vessel for all of the seasoning spices, tomato sauce, the pepperoni seasoning, the crunchy crust with the softness in it. just coat your mouth. And I don't like a greasy pizza. It wasn't too greasy, but I did not care at all. And I ended up eating the entire pizza. No issue. Enjoyed every last bite. And funny enough, a guy noticed I was eating pizza by myself. Well, duh. And said, dang, I ate that whole thing. I was like, yeah, I was hungry. Just finished a baseball thing. And he said, oh, really? That's funny enough. I actually coach baseball stuff over here as we get to our first fat stack of the night. And I would honestly like a fat stack of pizza now. My stomach's starting to grumble. Anyway, talked to this guy. Shared some of our baseball thoughts. He liked what I had to say. Oh yeah, this just turned into baseball. Now I'll make it quick. So the pizza let me talk to him. We went to go practice on this college field. He's like, damn kid, you're pretty good. It's like, yeah, tell me about it. It was pretty neat forming a connection off of pizza. He gave me his number whenever I went back in the area to give me some batting practice. But that pizza, my God, I don't give out 10 out of 10 sparingly, but it was like a 9.75 easily. And when I went back to have it, it was still good. As finally we reached the end of this first game, as it's been leading us on just a bit. As there's nowhere for that queen 8. I feel like that was 3, yeah. 6, king, and 7. So on to game number 2. That's just such a good thing. I've been wanting to do that when I've been wanting to have a pizza, to incorporate garlic on the crust, since you have yourself a pizza with garlic bread all in one. Alright, let's see. Double 3s, double 10s, double queens, and that is it. So that's my best pizza I ever had. For pizza, honestly, I don't understand why people don't like pineapples on it. When you have pizza sauce, most people say, you can't have sweet on a pizza, you can't have fruit on a pizza. Then what the hell's a tomato? When you make pizza sauce, you put sugar in the tomato more so. Tomato's a fruit. Even though it's more like a vegetable, it is a sweetness to everything. Even if it's mild, well seasoned. And the pineapple, I just enjoy it since the ham is usually crispy. The pineapple creates some juiciness with the good crust. It is easy, in my opinion, to mess up a pineapple pizza. But what's really good to me, I like having specific pizzas for certain moods. My ideal pineapple pizza is heavy sauce, light cheese, pineapple, ham, or Canadian bacon, whichever you call it. Then you put some jalapenos on it. Sprinkle a hefty amount of red peppers and a little bit of Parmesan. Have a side of ranch, and that is a never can go wrong pizza when prepared well. Like, it doesn't matter what your mood you're in. It's just one of those constant foods for me that I'm always down for. Wow, triple 5s. Tough start to the night so far. Triple 2s, triple 5s now, and a pair of jacks so far. Another type of pizza I enjoy, and this one's not, it's, you want to have it when you want it, but if you don't want it, it kind of could suck. A thick crust, or a thicker crust, barbecue base, barbecue chicken, grilled chicken I should say, red onions, oh I know I'm missing something, oh yeah, bacon bits, very tiny, fine diced bacon bits I should say, with a little bit of maybe some I like jalapenos and ranch on everything. gets a bit boring. I'd rather just have the chicken breast. It's not worth the calorie trade-off in my opinion. But you'll only get the pepperoni pizza if it's a brick oven pizza place. I like the way the crust kind of burns in a good way. As it looks like this might be the end, so let's do a thorough check. As you know, for that queen, or 7-3 queen, king, there's somewhere for that 10, somewhere for that 4. Might as well put down that 3, and we are back in business. Alright, I know we could play that 5, but we need to play this 3 instead. Oh, I just remembered some stuff out here. I've never had it. It just sounds absolutely disgusting to me. But a cheeseburger pizza. What the heck? That just sounds like a whole bunch of upset stomach, gastro bypass stuff. Triple jacks. How lucky are we? Triple jacks and triple fives. Double eights. But you know what? Let's get one of those triple fives. Oh my gosh, quadruple jacks, yeah. It's not our night tonight. Oh. Another decent pizza I had. It's kind of overhyped, in my opinion. I'm not a big cheese person, but I actually enjoyed this the time I did have it. It's called Giordano's, something to that effect. And it's from Chicago. They have one in Las Vegas, 7 Queen King, nowhere to go, nothing left on the field, game number 3. And it's this Chicago-style deep dish pizza, meat lovers. It's probably about that thick, bread that much on the bottom, then lots of sauce, cheese sauce. The meat, my god. If you're wanting to pig out, that's pretty good. Very expensive, very high demand. From my memory, double 10s, double 6s, double 9s, triple 6s, double 2s, and double 8s, triple 6s with those 5s, of course. I think a deep dish pizza's too much cheese. I'd much rather prefer a thin slice. I think it's called New York. Or called, yeah, New York style pizza, where it's like this and floppy at the end. As well as I think a California pizza's more cracker-like. Those are good, just make sure don't go light on the sauce. And we're fine. Okay, on to game number 3. Oh, I'll give you a story of one of my biggest pizza mistakes. So, you know how a lot of the time there is a healthy alternative for some comfort type foods like cauliflower crust, spinach crust, or spinach tortillas, like all these types of things to make your food not as tasty. Well, I heard of this thing where you put chicken breasts or like canned chicken breast as a pizza crust. And I thought, you know what? Pizza, extra protein, less carbs, less fat, fat-free cheese. Let's do this. It's like a super protein pizza. So what could go wrong? Made the crust, it was probably that thick, it didn't get crispy. It was very dry, very tough to palate after 4 bites. And I'm decent at cooking, so it wasn't like a seasoning thing, it was more of just, you shouldn't have done this type of thing. Then the fat-free cheese, for those of you who don't know, fat-free cheese is actually a pretty decent alternative if you're trying to watch the calories. But just don't have too much because it gets kind of waxy or rubbery. So I had a rubber-covered pizza with a crumbling chicken crust. It was quite awful, and that's when I realized, you know what? Some things you should just enjoy when you enjoy them and try not to find shortcuts to make it healthy. So in short, pig out when you want, but just to do it sparingly. Oh, wait a second, I missed that. Excellent. Now this is a much better situation if only we could get into these piles right here. Is anyone else getting a little bit hungry? Or is it just me? What's up with all these fives? And that is the end of game number 3. I'm trying to think of some more pizza stories. Oh, I got one. Nowhere for that 7, nowhere for that 9, nowhere for that 8. Jack, and lastly, Queen. Tough game once again. Here we go. Game number 4. How many cards is that? 13 cards left unturned. Let's see what it is. Double queens, double sevens, double sixes, double threes, and that is it. Alright. So remember back in elementary school, I always thought it was funny how pizza was treated as gold. And I think we know what we're talking about here. So, my school, in elementary school, went through a couple changes with pizza. At first, like when I was in first grade, I should say, they had slices of pizza probably that big for lunch. And if you were late, they were out and you wouldn't get pizza again. The lower grades always went to lunch, I think, before they put out the pizza, and when we would leave, we would see all the upper grades getting some slices of pizza. And it was like that for 2 years. And then in 3rd grade, they changed the pizza from those triangles into little rectangles. And those were always the first thing. Pizza, no matter what form or shape, was the only thing kids picked out in the lunch line. And after 2 more years, it changed into Hot Pockets. And it was just, that's when it was bedlam. They would give you 2 small Hot Pockets. And kids would treat that as gold. They would be animals to get there. They would be sprinting to the cafeteria so they could get Hot Pockets for lunch. 6th grade, one of those obviously. Due to circumstance, we used to pick an elective for what we would do, band, orchestra, choir. And there were specific time blocks throughout the day where you would get to your band, choir, or orchestra. And for us, our band class was just before lunch. And sometimes, more often than not, we'd be let out early. And we were let out early. We were the first ones to the cafeteria and could pick anything that we would like. And typically, the lunch table would be filled with Hot Pockets down the entire aisle. And, oh, there's another fat stack. Almost missed it. Triple Kings, good spot. I remember I didn't care too much about the Hot Pockets. I just got them so I could treat them as trade pieces. Because I like spicy stuff. So I learned very quickly, if I have what people want, I could ask for a larger trade. So I think one time, by the way, pizza was gold. Hot Cheetos were gold. Doritos or any other chips were silver. And like drinks, good drinks and candies like gummies, Gushers were copper. Or bronze, I should say. So, I would typically trade for something like Hot Cheetos, and my butt remembers my best trade was a bag of lime Hot Cheetos, the biggest bag at the time, for 2 Hot Pockets, and I was just so happy. I left the playground, got my play in, waited till I got home, popped on some TV, sat my butt there and enjoyed it. And it was bad. It was fun treating Cheetos, or not Cheetos, lunch food as currency. And you'd see it all the time throughout the lunch table. It's really funny how much food means to people. Oh, almost. Almost, but ultimately that is the end to game number 4. 869, nowhere to go. No place left on the field. On to our final game of the night. Let's talk about school lunches a bit. Why not? What was your go-to lunch during school? Lunchables were considered, oh, you're a special type of thing. And it's kind of funny when you think about it. The Lunchable kids being the special kids, but the special kids were the kids that got handmade food that wasn't processed and had more thought to their health, but that was always thrown away or traded away for like a bag of milk. Do you remember those bags of milk you'd get in elementary school? That'd be the size of like a... Alright, I'm just gonna say it. It's the first thing that came to mind. About the size of a titty. And you would get your straw with your milk and you'd have to jam it through without puncturing the other side. Why the heck did they give kids that and think it was a good idea? At least like 5 times a week, kids would get in trouble putting the straw where the kid's wiener would be and shooting out chocolate milk at other kids. You think they would learn? Actually, I think they did learn, since cartons were implemented the next year. That's actually very funny. One of my favorite lunch cafeteria time foods were mini cheeseburgers. You would get 2 mini cheeseburgers about the size, that big. 2 mini cheeseburgers, and something about cafeteria food has a very interesting nostalgia for whatever reason. Triple tens. My, what did we do to deserve such foul luck? Probably calling milk bags, or chocolate milk bags, a titty. Oh my, why am I still talking? I should not be calling milk bags a titty. Get your mind out of the gutter. Why don't you? Actually, I'm talking to myself. Anyway, titties aside, let's see how our final game wraps up for the night. And please don't quote me on those milk remarks. Actually, that'd be kind of funny. Someone having no context as, did we just get swept? I think we just got swept, as there's nowhere for that 8. Oh, thank goodness I am blind. Sorry, I have been getting terrible sleep the past 4 nights. I just realized 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 freaking 10s once again. With a 4 set on the field. Alright. It doesn't seem like we're going to go any further, but let's hope. We need some 9s. And I have not seen 1. There is 1, miraculously, but it's the one that makes no difference, as that is the end to our night. And if you would like to share in my somewhat shock, disbelief in these incredibly terrible draws, double sixes, king, jack, 7, 8, nowhere to go, comment who dropped the pizza, and that will make me laugh like a little schoolgirl. And schoolboy, because schoolboys sound like schoolgirls. Anyway, you get what I mean. Who dropped the pizza? As we had double 9s, wouldn't you know it? Where's the 3rd? Double 8s, double 3s, triple 9s, there it is, and double 2s. A nice deck. The face cards could have had a bit more. We'll give it a 7 out of 10. It could have been better, but it's still pretty nice. Supplied some stories, an awesome box, good integrity, decent texture. And with that, my friend, our night is done. That's actually a very cool box. Please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night, many sweet dreams. I want to go get some pizza, and I think you do too. So until we meet again, please stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.